What title would you like,
Tim's
Tim?
title?
Husband,
Dad.
father,
Yeah.
PIO, firefighter,
Yeah.
Couple
Guy who-
certified trainer,
Yeah, a couple of things.
ne'er-do-well.
Yeah, this week it's a lot of cooking. I did go watch the state championships in wrestling.
I saw that.
You know, I grew up wrestling coach. My brother coaches at Westfield High School. They had a runner-up, which was a big deal.
Nice.
So congratulations to them. But just those kids put themselves through just an unbelievable season. And so it was awesome to watch. You know, I
All
used
that
to
work
wrestle.
come to fruition.
All that work for those kids, whether they placed, whether they lost Friday night, or whether they were a champion. It's so much, from weight cutting to working out to just getting beat up. So, you know, I had a great weekend of watching wrestling.
Yeah.
Every
That's
day
awesome.
I walked out of basketball practice in high school, I had to walk through where the wrestling team was. I was like, thank God, I won't play basketball. I can go eat whatever I want, whenever I want. So.
Yeah.
Do you squirm
That's
when
so
you're watching
pretty.
others wrestle? Are you like,
I used to. So I'm 7 years older than my brother Tom, 7.5, and I was his coach in high school, and that was way harder than for me
Sure.
than whenever I wrestled, having to watch him go through it.
you
And
want to wrestle for him?
yeah, oh, it was brutal. And then it was a blast because we coached together for a couple of years, which was an absolute just such a good time. Him and I mean, we could talk without talking.
Sure.
We can literally have conversations without ever talking. So it's awesome.
All right, what did you just do?
So I had an onion already sauteing, and then I went ahead and I had diced up a striped bell pepper. I get those at Kroger. I love them. I don't know, they're like a red and orange, and they're awesome.
Did we even get a shot of your colorful, your veggie
Oh,
rainbow?
man.
I
before you
did.
tore
I
it
got
in?
a picture.
yes.
You put so much
I
effort into
know.
lining
It
up.
was
Oh no,
all
that's just
lined
how
up.
they
It
fell
was
out
so-
when I cut them.
It was so
like that for you.
pretty.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
So the bell pepper, the stripe, a sweet red pepper, a long sweet red pepper, and then a poblano and banana peppers. So I drained those and
Okay.
diced up banana peppers, and I've got those all sauteing now with the onion. And in a minute, we'll add some garlic to that. I've got 2 cans of whole peeled tomatoes,
Okay.
and I've got those simmering in there. And I'm going to add 1 of rotel. I went mild because in the hopes that my kids would eat a seafood chowder.
Sure, right.
They probably won't, but in the hopes they would, to make it a little more mild. But we're going to get that stirring. In a second, we're going to mash those up, and then we're going to emulsify them over there. So we've got that going. Over here, I've got some halibut.
Ooh, that looks good.
Just cooking in the pan. And then I've already cooked some little shrimp, and then some regular shrimp, dice those up, and also some scallops.
Wow.
So what we're going to do now...
Seafood trifecta.
That's right. So we'll add, and I've already boiled some potatoes, just to soften those up. So we'll get that garlic in here. We'll get this cooking. And I'm going to glove up here so I don't burn myself, because I've done that a couple times on here.
Couple?
Yeah, a handful. And I'm going to remove that. Set that over there.
That looks good.
So
It's a nice healthy batch too.
Yes, and you know what? Speaking of healthy, this is an incredibly healthy meal. We've got tomatoes, which are great cancer fighters.
Sure.
We've got a rainbow of
yeah.
peppers, garlic, and onion.
You been talking to Anessa?
Exactly. And then
Getting her lingo.
seafood, which is so healthy. And you know, if you're doing a brain fog diet, somebody that's recovering from stroke, this is huge. These brain fog diets have a ton of omega-3s. You want those in there. So we've got all the different seafood that's in there. Super healthy for you. Protein, omega-3s. So we've got that.
And not to mention tasty.
Oh.
You know, I mean,
Smells
it's
I
going to
think
be
it's
good
really
for
good.
you, but
I'm
it's
gonna
going to be really good.
Right over here.
Yep.
And we're going to get that blended
This
up.
is how I get stuff on my tie.
Oh, that's
And
what
on
happened.
my jacket, and
yes.
on my pants, and on my shirt.
Oh, I know. It happens.
I love this little emulsifier for this type of stuff here. You could also use a food processor, or you could just crush it up really well. We'll get that nice and blended.
Yeah, that's a handy tool.
There we go. And set that back.
Okay.
And now we're going to start adding. So we're going to add our potatoes. I can de-glove. We're going to add some spicy V8.
In and of itself, good for you.
A little bit, I like the Tony Chachere's.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
Little Mardi Gras flair
We use
there.
that quite a bit at home.
I love it.
Yep.
Some
That
some
too.
blackening, Old Bay.
That too, yep.
Wait a minute. Where's the...
Oh, just wait.
Okay.
Some garlic powder. See? Some
Patience,
salt.
Tracy,
Tim and
patience.
I are starting to communicate without talking.
You know we can. Pepper. And then, of course, Hungarian paprika.
Wait, was it?
Where would we be without my
Where
Hungarian?
would we be?
Of course.
I'd be lost. And a little bit of ground cumin. And I have the
Okay.
exact measurements, obviously,
Yeah.
on your website. But this is a real... I do this
just to taste.
Yeah.
really to taste. So now, how hot is that? Not too bad. So we'll add our peppers.
Well, I'm loving this already.
Yeah.
So we'll get those in there. Get those stirred up. And then we'll add here our shrimp. I've got little shrimp and the big shrimp. Maria informed me that the little shrimp were so cute. That's what she said. She goes, Dad, those shrimp are so cute.
Want to eat cute
That's
food.
adorable.
And then if you want to dice up these little,
You're going to let her use your
You're gonna put me to
rainbow
work.
unicorn
my
knife?
rainbow
Oh,
unicorn
this is
knife.
cool.
Yeah, the girls, that's why I have it, because my girls.
How thin?
Just about in fours. And then I've got my halibut over here. And honestly, I just take it like this out of the pan.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
going to break apart,
And it just
right?
breaks apart. And I'm just going to add it to the seafood here. Chowder. Oops, as we're spilling some.
That's fine.
That's what this is meant to have, is a mess in your kitchen to clean up afterwards.
There you go. That is gorgeous.
And if you guys got a bowl there, Tracy, oop, I'm boiling over here. Let me lower that temperature. We may not want to eat this right now because we're going to melt the roof of your mouth if you do.
But by all means, ladle some up.
Yeah.
If you like.
All right, there
We'll
you
grab
go.
a ladle for. I forgot a ladle over there. I'm putting you both to work today.
That's okay.
Perfect.
Look at that. How long do you let it all simmer
yeah.
together?
So about a half hour for the tomatoes to kind of get soft, and
Yeah.
then really
Okay, I'm gonna rinse my hands
20
real
minutes
fast.
or so afterwards, and you're good to go.
Okay.
Right, girl.
And
I'm gonna use your paper towel.
yes,
I am. Wait a second.
yeah, you might want to. But again, really healthy, low
Yeah.
carb, and I used red potatoes. I think they just go better with the seafood, but you can use any potato you want. And
Oh, wow.
Okay.
nice little kick to it, but not overly spicy. And
Man. That is great.
thank you. So we'll get that in there. Like I said, my mom, I made it for her, and
I'm supposed to say something, but
You want me to say it?
yeah, if you don't
I
mind.
didn't say
If
it.
you don't mind.
More with Firefighter Tim, of course, coming up. But first, Tracy. This is Tracy's segment. He's raising
Yeah.
a glass to the bartenders and mixologists with 2 cocktail recipes, you guys, that are sure to be classics. It all happens when Indie Style continues.